say all of these men bring value into my life in different ways, I really urge other women to experiment and date different men at the same time. Now, they all have different purposes. One is an amazing provider. He literally provides everything that I need. If I call him up right now and say, hey, I need this, or my kids need this man is willing to jump to come help me. But the thing is, he kind of lacks my interest in adult time. So that's where my second one comes into play. When I say he is an amazing friend, he is the most amazing friend in this world. But the thing is, he's kind of lacking in the providing area, but he provides in ways that are very satisfying to me. When I say he is amazing when it comes down to adult time, yes, keep him. Then we have the last one, which is my older man. He's the one that likes to wine and dine me. He takes me out. We do a lot of fun things. All he asks is for me to spend time with him. And whenever he wants to go out, I go out with him. We do a lot of shopping. I help him with groceries. Like, there are just things that he said he feels lonely and I'm just there for companionship. We literally be sitting in his garden just talking. This man has taught me so many things. And he doesn't ask for much. And that's the beautiful thing about it. And ladies, when I say keep your options open, keep them open. Until one of them men get on their knees and they ask you to marry them, baby, date them all, because every man will bring out a different side of you. And yes, I will add on another man if another man comes around and brings value to my life.
Okay, and venereal diseases are real, right? This is insane. And let's be honest, right? I'm not really surprised. I know how the game go. I got homegirls too, Sally enough, and they gossip. We talk. We know what's going on here. But I would like to say, man, first and foremost, right? You have to hit this from three perspectives, right? Prospect number one, if I remember correctly, and prospect number three, those are the biggest suckers. They the biggest suckers, the biggest simps. The first one that's paying for everything. And ultimately, I think she said for her kids, that's not his. And then you got the third one who is the wine and diner, the one that she can get a free meal out of, no play, while contestant number two is broke as hell, don't have nothing going for himself, but because he know how to sling his Johnson the right way, he pretty much get access to the box for free and don't even really have to put no work in it but a few strokes. I just, it's just insane, man. And I get it. Nah, I don't get it. I believe that you have to have a healthy balance of everything. You got to have a healthy balance of everything, right? Like, you're not going to find a man, men too, you're not going to find a woman that's going to be able to check all your boxes. And again, I'm speaking for the majority, not the minority, because I already know some people in the comments going to say, oh, well, my man can do everything. He can lay it down. He can provide. He wine and dine me. He's emotionally there for me. Cool. But again, I'm talking about the majority, not the minority. So you're not going to be able to check all boxes majority of the time. There's going to be stuff that your partner may lack. But ultimately, our goal is to find a helpmate. For us men, finding a helpmate and ultimately having somebody that you can depend on and live with for the rest of your life. Again, me, more so, I'm more of a biblical kind of guy, right? So this ain't for all the Pookies and Ray Rays out there who's not really, in the spiritual realm or religious, and all they want to do is just sling their Johnson and they don't really care about having a lifetime companion. Look, this message is not for you. It's not for you, dog. It's not. For you, go ahead and start typing. But on a serious note, adding a fourth is definitely diabolical. And it will just show that women and men will use each other until they can't use each other anymore, right? Nobody's actually intentionally dating anymore. Nobody is intentionally dating anymore, especially if you're in these big cities like me, example, Atlanta, Miami, LA, Houston. Like, nobody is intentionally dating anymore. There's a gender war. I've always said it. There's a gender war. Men is acting like women. Women want to act like men. And it's just absolutely insane. It's crazy to me. It is absolutely crazy to me. And a lot of women in the comments, okay, you're single until you're married. May the best man win. Right? And although that may be true, right? And nobody's bashing her because she is a woman and in this world of free will. She's not necessarily doing anything wrong, per se. I will go ahead and throw that out there. She's not necessarily doing anything wrong, but there's a fine line between knowing that you're not ultimately dating to find your husband until the right person comes along and check all of the boxes. So until the right person comes along and check all the boxes, it's safe to say that you will just continue to use these men, gaslight them, and them thinking that they're going to be with you forever. Well, God number 2 knows. God is just smashing and getting on about his day. He knows there's nothing going to be there. He knows. He's using you as much as you use. Y'all using each other for adult time, right? But prospect number 1 and prospect number 3, the biggest suckers out of them all, come on, man. They may actually want something and think it's actually progressing to being something genuine and a forever thing. They might actually genuinely think that. I always say, man, you should never, ever trick off on these women. That is my number 1 rule. That's my number 1 rule. We don't trick. A lot of men like to lead with their wallet. Dude, you can show that you're an alpha male. You can show that you're a provider without blowing a bag, without talking about your net worth if you have one, without talking about how much you make per year. When are we going to normalize, right? And this is a challenge for all my women out there. When are we going to normalize on the first date not asking, so what do you do for work? When are we going to normalize that? What happened to just a simple conversation, the simple pleasures? Right? I am more of a traditional man, and I think that the man's role is to protect and to provide. That is the role. So what does that mean for the men? Now that I'm holding the men accountable, if you're not in a position to provide, or you're not where you want to be at lifestyle wise, there's still a little bit more growing to do. The women are always going to be there, dog. The women are always going to be there. Unless you genuinely, organically meet somebody that was just could have started as a long-time friend and they know your situation, they're not materialistic, and y'all can grow together. Dog, in today's day, it's 2026. You're in these big cities. If you can't provide, they'll always be there until you get to that point, dog. They'll always be there. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is she dirty? Is she sick? Is she doing anything wrong for having 3 men for 3 different things and is willing to add a 4th? Y'all let me know what y'all think. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.